weren't married to 9 to 5 guys, but the real time when I realized the difference was when Mickey had a hostess party. They had bad skin and wore too much makeup. They didn't look very good. They looked beat up. And the clothes they wore looked thrown together and cheap, made up of pantsuits and double knits. And all they talk about was how rotten their kids were and how they beat them up with brooms and leather belts, but they still wouldn't pay too much attention to them. When Henry picked me up, I was dizzy. I goes to him, I go, "I don't know if I can do this much longer, Henry. God forbid you go to prison." Mickey's Jeannie's husband. Then he interrupts me. After a while, it did start to get normal. It seemed less like crimes and more that Henry was enterprising. That him and his guys would go out and make a couple bucks, hustling, while other guys were sitting on their asses waiting for a handout. Our husbands weren't brain surgeons. They were blue-collar guys, and the only way they could make extra money, real extra money, was to go out and cut a few corners. But it turns out that my husband, Henry, was sleeping with this other woman called Linda. He goes and gets her own apartment. My own husband. I have 2 kids with this guy, and he goes out and gets an affair with this girl, Linda. So I goes to her apartment, and I'm banging on her door for 2 hours, ringing her bell, and she still doesn't come out. She sits there hiding. That night I goes to Henry, get out the gun, sits on top of him, and goes, "Wake up." He goes, "Are you crazy?" And I go, "Crazy enough to shoot the both of yous." But I couldn't do it. I couldn't hurt him. How could I hurt him? I couldn't even bring myself to leave him. The truth was, no matter how bad I felt, I was still very attracted to him. Why should I give him to someone else? Why should she have him?